Good morning, students. Welcome to Royal Palace College online classes. Now, till last class, we are discussing about the cell constant G star and conductivity of electrolytic solutions. Now, let us proceed further. We have seen that cell constant is equal to K into R formula. Cell constant is fixed for a particular type of cell, I said you. K is conductivity of the electrolytic solution, R is the resistance. Okay? So, apart from the conductivity of the solution, when the concentration of the solution is given to us, or if you are talking about any solution, you also need to mention about the concentration. See, 1 molar concentration or 2 molar, 3 molar. Solutions always differ by the concentrations. That means for a solution of a given concentration, we define conductivity in another way also. That conductivity for a given concentration of any solution is called as molar conductivity. Molar conductivity or molar conductance. It is given with a symbol lambda m. Okay, lambda m. Now, what is molar conductivity means? Molar conductivity definition is molar conductivity of a given solution is the conductivity of all the ions present in the solution, In other words, I can say molar conductivity is the conductivity produced by all the ions present in the solution. So that means there is a particular concentration term involved in this. For any solution, concentration is also necessary for measuring its conductivity. That only we are calling it as molar conductivity. And molar conductivity can also be said as molar conductivity, it can also be defined as molar conductivity for a given solution is the conductivity of 1 mole of electrolyte placed between two electrodes with area of cross section or with area A and at unit distance let us assume this is L. So, molar conductivity for a given solution of volume V, I am adding one word here, volume V also, is the conductivity of 1 mole of that electrolyte placed between the two electrodes with area of cross section A and at a unit distance of L. So, the definitions are such a little bit difficult like that, but coming to the formula of this, lambda m can be given by the formula conductivity into A by L, conductivity of that solution into A by L. If L is equal to 1, then area will be equal to volume. That means lambda m can also be given by formula K into V. Also there is another formula for lambda m. Lambda m is equal to K by C. C stands for concentration. Also there is another formula, lambda m is equal to K into 1000 by C means here concentration, means molarity. So if you can consider any one of these formula for defining lambda m. Now lambda m units are Simon meter square mole inverse. Okay, Simon meter square mole inverse. If it is converted centimeters into 10 power 4, you need to do, that is Simon meter square mole inverse is the units of molar conductivity, So these are the different formulas. Lambda m is equal to K into A by L, lambda m is equal to Kv, or lambda m is equal to K by C, or lambda m is equal to K into 1000 by M. These are different formulas for lambda m molar conductivity. Now the next topic, it is very important, that is variation of conductivity and molar conductivity variation of conductivity K and molar conductivity lambda m with concentration or sometimes the same thing is said by another term, on dilution. So how does molar conductivity and conductivity changes with dilution or with concentration? Now first of all, let us see with respect to conductivity K value what will happen. K value, that is conductivity, decreases with decrease in the concentration of both strong and weak electrolytes, or I can say strong or weak electrolytes. So what is K? Conductivity. Conductivity for any solution is due to what? The number of ions present in the solution. So what happens if you are decreasing the concentration? Decreasing the concentration means you are diluting it, diluting the solution. I can say, in place of decreasing in the concentration, I can also use the term on dilution. On dilution, right? The same term, on dilution. So on dilution, conductivity of whether it is strong or weak electrolytes decreases. Why it decreases? Because on dilution, number of ions per unit volume decreases, right? Number of ions decreases. That's why K value also decreases on dilution. Let us talk with respect to lambda m, molar conductivity. Molar conductivity increases with a decrease in the concentration of both strong and weak electrolytes. Okay? But the reason for increase in lambda m for strong and weak electrolytes is different. Now what does this mean? Molar conductivity or molar conductance increases on dilution or with decrease in the concentration. That is either for strong electrolyte or weak electrolyte, it will increase only. But why it will increase for strong electrolytes is a different reason, and why it will increases for weak electrolytes is a different reason. The explanation is different. Okay? Let us see. For strong electrolytes, what is the reason? For strong electrolytes, lambda m increases with dilution, lambda m increase with a decrease in concentration because of decrease in the inter-ionic attractions, between the ions. Now what does this mean? Look, if the solution is concentrated, let us assume now there are 10 ions in the solution, 5 positive ions and let us assume 5 negative ions are there. Okay? There is some attraction between the ions in this. Okay? Now I have diluted this solution. I have diluted this solution to such an extent that now they are very far from each other. The ions now they are very far from each other. Now whatever the interionic attraction present between the ions in the concentrated state will not be the same with the amount of attractions that are present in diluted state. That means on dilution what is happening? Distance between ions increasing. If distance between the ions increases, attraction between the ions decreases. Once the attraction decreases, ions move freely or they can conduct more current. That's why lambda m increases. Lambda m molar conductivity increases with dilution. Why? Due to decrease in the attraction between the ions. That is a reason for strong electrolytes. Okay? And up to what extent this is? See, as we are saying, on dilution, okay, on dilution this is happening. Then what happens if you keep on diluting the solution? Let us assume initially 1 molar, you diluted 0.9 molar, again you diluted 0.8 molar, then on excess dilution it might have reached the value 0.000 or 0.01, 0.001, so on. Means what is happening? At infinite dilution, now I will say at infinite dilution, what is meaning of infinite dilution? Means excess dilution, you are adding more and more water to that. At infinite dilution, concentration, what is happening to the concentration? Concentration approaches 0, right or not? Initially 1 molar, next it is 0.5 molar, next it is 0.1, next it will be 0.00, so on. So if I keep on adding the water, it will keep on decreasing concentration and it approaches near 0 concentration. So the molar conductance obtained, the conductivity that is obtained at infinite dilution is called limiting molar, is called as limiting molar conductivity. Limiting molar conductivity, and it is represented by the symbol lambda naught m, or sometimes some books also refer lambda m infinity. Lambda m infinity. Okay, so what is limiting molar conductivity? It is the molar conductivity of a given electrolytic solution at infinite dilution, or it is the molar conductivity of the solution when the concentration of the solution approaches near 0. Okay, that is called limiting molar conductivity. Now this concept of limiting molar conductivity and molar conductivity with respect to strong electrolytes is explained by Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. Graphically this is explained with that equation. For strong electrolytes, for strong electrolytes, the relation between the normal molar conductance and the limiting molar conductance is explained by lambda m is equal to lambda naught m minus AC power half. This equation is called Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. What does it give? It gives a relation between the normal molar conductivity at any given concentration to limiting molar conductivity minus AC power half. Now, this is graphically represented like this for strong electrolytes. What is lambda m? Molar conductivity at a given concentration, at any concentration. Okay? What is lambda naught m? Limiting molar conductivity. Limiting molar conductivity. Conductivity. A is constant. A is constant, and its value at a given temperature depends upon type of the electrolyte. Type of electrolyte. C is concentration. C is what? C is concentration. Excuse me. C is concentration. Okay? Now, if I represent the same graphically, this equation is similar to straight line with negative slope. That is, I will write here y is equal to C minus mx. It is similar to this one. Okay? Now, what is y axis? Lambda m. What is x? Root c or c power half. Root c. C power half is nothing but root c. Okay? Then, what is the slope of the line? Minus a. What is the intercept? Lambda naught m. That means it is a line with negative slope. Okay? What is intercept here? Intercept is lambda naught m you are getting. What is the slope? Slope is negative slope, that is a minus a, and this is how it is represented for strong electrolytes. Example KCl. Strong electrolytes, example KCl. So, that is graphical way of representing lambda m is equal to, that is effect of concentration on the solutions, that is molar conductance, by Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. And the same equation cannot be applied for weak electrolytes. Now, why it is not applied for weak electrolytes means, I said you, the increasing in the values of lambda m for strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes is different. Let us see what happens for weak electrolytes. For weak electrolytes, you know that weak electrolytes degree of dissociation is less than 1. At infinite dilution, maybe its degree of dissociation increases. So, as dilution increases, what is happening to the degree of dissociation? Degree of dissociation for, that is the degree of dissociation means alpha. It is represented alpha. For weak electrolytes, increases. So, what will happen? As the degree of dissociation, as alpha value increases, what will happen? Number of ions in the solution also increases. Number of ions also increases. That's why molar conductivity increases for weak electrolytes. Okay? But Onsager equation cannot explain, or graphically it will not match with that of weak electrolytes. Why? Because for weak electrolytes, as you are keep on diluting and diluting and diluting, lambda naught m or lambda infinity m cannot be obtained, cannot be extrapolated from the graph, cannot be obtained or I can say obtained accurately as the values are too low at infinite dilution. Now what does this mean? Even though molar conductivity is increasing with dilution, but what is happening with dilution? Molar conductivity is increasing and it is keeping on increasing, there is no doubt, but along with the dilution is increasing, concentration is keeping on decreasing. That is, concentration is decreasing, number of ions per unit volume decreases. Number of ions per unit volume decreases, so the conductivity values also will be very low values, and you will not get accurate values at infinite dilution. So graphically for weak electrolytes it is obtained like this. The graph is obtained like this. At a high concentration, you will have clear values. As the concentration decreases, at certain point or after some time, as the alpha value increases, conductance values increases, but they will not touch any line on y-axis. That means you cannot get intercept in this. Why? Because the values keep on increasing slowly as the alpha value increases, because number of ions decreasing, the conductivity values keep on getting lower and lower. So that's why what will happen, you don't get accurate value here. Very slow increase, very small increase is seen here, very small increase. So this line will run parallel to the y-axis. So you cannot accurately get the value, lambda naught m value for the weak electrolytes like acetic acid, for weak electrolytes. Okay. This problem for weak electrolytes, calculation of this one is solved by Ostwald dilution law. That is, for according to him, alpha is equal to lambda Cm by lambda naught m is one equation. That is Ostwald law, it is called Ostwald law. By using this law, you can calculate degree of dissociation and also lambda naught m with the combination of another law called Kohlrausch law. Now what is Kohlrausch law means? Kohlrausch law is also helpful. Kohlrausch law is also helpful for calculating lambda naught m values of weak electrolytes. Okay, Kohlrausch law is also helpful for calculating lambda naught m values for weak electrolytes. Okay, so what is Kohlrausch law? So Kohlrausch studied different types of strong electrolytes and he found some relation between the regularities between the lambda infinite values of different electrolytes. Now, that he has given has his law. What is that law? The limiting molar conductivity, the limiting molar conductivity of weak or else you can say electrolytes, weak or strong electrolyte, you can apply this to anyone, electrolytes is equal or else is sum of, is equal to, I can write like this, is equal to sum of the individual conductivities of cations and anions, individual conductivities of cations and anions present in the solution. Means, let us take one example, lambda infinity or lambda naught of NaCl will be equal to lambda infinity of the cations Na plus lambda infinity of the anions Cl minus. If there are V plus number of cations, V plus number of cations generated in any solution and V minus number of anions generated in any electrolytic solution, then lambda m formula is given, lambda infinity m formula is given as lambda naught or lambda infinity, 1 minute, V plus into lambda infinity of cations plus V minus into lambda infinity of anions. So, if only single cation, single anion is there in the solution, then you need not multiply with any number. If there are V plus number of cations and V plus number of anions, then you need to multiply with the number of cations and anions. For example, lambda infinity of MgCl2 I want to calculate, then how you will get the infinity value? Lambda infinity of cations are only 1, so that's why I am writing directly lambda infinity of Mg plus 2 plus anions are 2, so 2 into lambda infinity of 2 chloride ions, that is lambda infinity for MgCl2. So, what is Kohlraasch law? It is limiting molar conductivity of electrolytes equal to sum of the individual conductivities of the cations and anions. This he has given based on the studies of limiting molar conductivity of different electrolytes, and the same thing can be applied to calculate the limiting molar conductivities for weak electrolytes also, for weak electrolytes, because Debye equation cannot give you correct relation of lambda infinity for weak electrolytes, because practically it is impossible to measure lambda infinity for weak electrolytes graphical methods, but in this method you can measure for weak electrolytes also lambda infinity appropriately, accurately. So, that is the use of Kohlraasch law. Okay? Then just pause.